Alright, part 2 of AbleCraft's Toyota Corolla VE, otherwise known as the Ole War Horse. Alright, so I did a little work off film, and pretty much what I did was I went down to 220 by hand to get at it a little bit, and I'm going down to 180. I just want to, it's nice and smooth obviously, and there is some primer left and all that, but I'm going to primer it up, and I'm just going to do a little bit more sanding by hand, and we'll see here. And I'm going to try some 180 on it, and I'm just wiping down the panel as I go and doing a little wet sanding action as well. But it's coming out very well. Just working on it's smooth. Just these pits went pretty deep to the metal, those metal pits, and that would have resulted from my days driving up in the north. So I just want to get that out there, get these little pits out, and get it nice and super smooth. Super smooth. Yeah. Before I go to primer. Because I have learned by experience that if you can feel it, it will show up in the paint. And I really don't want that. I want to try to do what I can with the materials I have. But I started off with 320 with the orbital sander. That made quick work on a lot of the high stuff that I had going on. And now I was using a Bauer brand 320. You can find that at Harbor Freight. And I was using a Hercules 320 grit. That's also found at Harbor Freight. And I'm using an old sanding sponge as well. I was probably bought at Home Depot a million years ago. Alright, looking a lot better. The reason why I'm wiping it down is I don't want the grit to go back into the paint. That's why I just keep wiping this down. They say preparation is the key to all things, so yeah, I like how this 180 is going. Let me just take off the pad. Pull over. Yeah, it's doing what I want. I wanted to get up in here a little bit. About ready to go to primer anyhow. If I don't like it, guess what? I'll be right back at it, strip it all off and down, and do it again. It's the only way you get good if necessary. I don't think I'll have to do that. But like I said, I've had this car, man, 21 years now, and this Ole War Horse has fought some good battles with me, I tell you. Taking care of our family quite well. This Toyota Corolla with 317,000 358 miles. Did I say that again? 317,358 miles. Whew. Tell you, major repair, just changing out the CV axles, right and left. Original transmission, original engine. I still take her up to 90. Give it an old clean out everything. Burns it oil on the bypass, but you know what? A quart of oil once every couple of months ain't better. It ain't too bad. But we'll see how long she takes her. I'd like to see if she'll go up to 400,000. I wonder. I guess we'll have to find out. Might take a while though. Alright, I don't know if you guys can see any of this. Up here yapping away here. Alright. But yeah, mighty impressed with this car. Like I said, I have a couple of reviews on this car, long-term reviews. One when I think it turned 275,000, the other one it turned 300,000. And I've had this car since 26,000 miles. 26,000 miles, brand new to me. It was a one-order trade-in. So that's 290,000 miles. The rest of those 290,000 miles that come from me and my foot and my significant as well. It's her car, but I do what I can to maintain it. So it's our car, but it's really her car. What's mine is hers. What's mine is mine, and what mine is hers. So she owns it all. But we'll keep driving this car till we come to replace her, whatever that might be. Not sure what that's going to be yet. So anyway, so what I'm doing with this, I just want to get out some of these finer nicks here. I believe the primer is going to hit this really good, but I know if there's any rust in it, that might not do well. So I'm just getting all that little rust out. We'll see. As you travel along with AbleCraft today. And I'm using 180 grit, so I'm down, getting down pretty good here. I'm getting down. Then I'm going to take a 500 grit sandpaper and hit this thing up. Yeah, liking it. Liking it a lot. Oh, so the case of working with your hands. I ponder that all the time. Whenever I needed to get out there and make extra money, it was always in the form of working with my hands. Granddaddy told me, learn a trade and you're always able to take care of your family. So I've learned several. On the job mostly. A little tech school in there, but never had to worry about taking care of my family. Granddaddy also said, you need to fix your toilet. Chinaman ain't gonna come over here and fix it. Maybe a Mexican, but definitely not a Chinaman. But anyway, as the story goes, started working with my hands. And I have to say, done me right. Whenever I've gotten word that I was doing something wrong, I never despaired. I just said, you know, it just takes practice. And whenever I said, well, I really don't know what I'm doing, well, you get confidence by doing, by learning. Action cures fear. That's what I've found in all my years. You fearing something? Well, take action. You find out that most of your fears are unwarranted. Most of it's in your mind. So that's the mindset I approach when I ponder working with my hands. I make a plan and I stick to it. Well, I should say, the plan may change, but the outcome is what I'm shooting for. I should always say that. Your plans will change. If you ain't doing something, you gotta make that adjustment. So yeah, don't be afraid to change the plan. I've known many of the leaders who won't change the plan, and I say, you know, you think you're going the wrong way? That's when you know if nobody's following you. So anyway, if you need to change your plan when you're approaching any of this repairs, go ahead and do so. I'm sorry, you're probably wondering what I was sanding. Looking at my armpit there. Sometimes I forget I'm on film. Anyway. So, the case of working with your hands, right? I think it's a good thing. I think every young person should do so. Boy or girl, get them out there and have them work with their hands. You know, I've worked in cubicles, meaning behind computers, still do. But something about manual competence. Heard an old country song, fellow said, I can do most things with my hands than most man can do. And I believe that country fellow is right. He can do more things with his hands than most men. Because why? He learned how to work with his hands. The funny thing is, your hands have memory, I believe, too. You know, you start to do an action, you be dead tired. But those hands, through muscle memory, man, you just start to, it just goes to work. You just get to work, and your hands just get to work. Your body gets to work. Call that good training, perhaps, as well. So if you wonder what I'm doing here, I'm just getting out these pits. 5 o'clock my time, starting to run out of daylight, and I want to get this job done. It's going to come close. If not, I'll be out here in the morning. So anyway, I don't want to rush to failure, but anyway. So anyway, the case of working with your hands, right? Just do it, guys, girls. Get a plan, study up on the material, get some training if you need so. Because YouTube has been a mighty fun thing to learn from. My nephew introduced it to me eons ago, and I thank him for it. I've learned quite a few things, but there ain't no substitute for getting out there and doing it. You can watch 1,001 videos on how to tie your shoes, but you know what? Eventually you're going to have to tie your shoes. Alright. Oh, sneak. Alright. At least ain't the burning sun right now. Alright. I'm just trying to dial this thing in a little bit. If you guys are still with me, God love you. I don't imagine how much it costs to repaint a whole car nowadays. One day I'll break out a compressor and find out. But I figure when this is all said and done, it'll be better than what it was. And the missus will be a little bit more happy about it. Be more self-respecting. Taking care of your stuff. This area right here is when I'm sanding down a little bit. Funny thing was, right, I had a plan this morning, get up at 06:30 old dock, maybe 5:30, but I had done stinking work 75 hours the other week, and I was just tired, bone picking tired. I kind of had to find myself, so I had to get the gumption to get on this thing. You ever find when you want to really get something done, something seems to get in the way? You ever find that? Well, sometimes you just got to put the mind over the matter. Or in this case, put your hands through the work, and your body will follow. That's what I had to do here. Sometimes you don't have a perfect day. You just have a perfect moment. And that's kind of how I had to think about this job here. I'm just going to have some perfect moments doing this here car. Perfect moments. Get out here and spend some time doing some work. Doing it for me. Nobody else is going to do it. So I like the way this is looking here. I do. In my brain, I'm doing this in sections. I don't know if you know that. I'm just kind of working section by section here. All right. Everything looking pretty smooth. I'm way over here in the corner. You probably can't see me. Yep. It's crazy how this fucking thing is. I had a lot of little nicks in this paint, and by using these grips of sandpaper, it all came out. And the paint kind of blended in itself. This is pretty cool. Real cool. Oops. I'm just doing long videos. A lot of times I'll do 15 minutes here and there. But shoot, I ain't impressing nobody. I'm just letting the film run. You're all just along for the ride. I gotta get it down smooth and build it up with primer. That's the way to go. Yeah. Alrighty. Alright, I think that next video we do will be part 3. And that is going to primer. Alrighty. Part 2 is done.